Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So before we get into the nail set, I did want to go ahead and show you the new collection we just recently launched on KAIROSE Nail Supply. This is called our Sheer Beauty collection. It does have these 6 very beautiful sheer acrylic cover powders, and this white one is a milky white one, and it does glow into this very beautiful aqua color. So it is available now if you're interested to purchase it. I do have the link down below. And they are also available to purchase individually or as a full collection, but the full collection is almost sold out, so go ahead and get it if you're interested. So getting into the nail set, I am just starting off with these Coffin nail tips. I did go ahead and apply my peel off base coat off camera and applied these nail tips off camera as well using that Brilliant Noir nail glue. And now to trim them down, I do have 4 magnets on my nail tip cutter to give us a medium length for today's set. After trimming them down, I am just taking my hand file and shaping up the sidewalls just to make sure that those little corners are nicely tucked in. And I do like to kind of shapen up the free edge just to straighten that out as well. So for today's acrylic powder, I will be using one of the new colors from our new Sheer Beauty collection. This is called Blush. It's a very beautiful pink sheer nude. And then right here, I just quickly want to show you this new, well, it's not really new, but this Neutralizer drops that I put in my monomer. It is watermelon scented and it smells so good, and I highly recommend it. I will try to remember to leave it linked down below because it is from Amazon. And then there, I just quickly showed you what the swatch looked like on the brush. And now getting into the application, I did take a pretty large bead of acrylic powder and placed it where the nail tip and the natural nail meet. And I'm just gently dragging that down towards the free edge just to give it nice structure there. I am also making sure to wipe down my sidewalls to keep the nice shape we do have. And then again, just straightening out the surface of the nail, if that makes sense. Just getting any of that excess acrylic powder that I do not need. And then next, I am taking a medium-sized bead of acrylic, and this will be our cuticle bead. So I like to place it right above the previous bead that we just placed, and then use the tip of my nail brush to kind of push it into the cuticle area. That way it does not overflow in that area. And then once I get that nicely situated, I will go ahead and start blending that in with the rest of the nail. And here you will see just how nice the structure is. It has a really nice apex. For this length, at least, some people like to do a little bit thicker, or some like to do it thinner. I'm kind of like in between when doing certain lengths. For a medium length, I like to have kind of like a medium apex, if that makes sense. So like the apex and the structure I just showed you on that previous nail is the perfect structure I like for medium length nails. So I am applying that blush color to all of my nails, so I will go ahead and just let you guys watch the rest of the acrylic application play out, and I'll come back in once it's time to shape and file our nails. This is what our nail set is looking like once the application is nicely dried. Just look how beautiful this cover color is. It's probably one of my new favorite ones from our whole entire line. So I'm just taking this fine 5-in-1 tapered drill bit and go around the cuticle area just to make sure that is nice and flush. And I did go ahead and also show you I have my drill at the speed of 9,000 RPMs because that is the speed I like to use when doing any finish filing. Next, I will be going in with a medium grit sanding band. This is from 𝐷𝐿𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐼𝐺, but before I use it on myself, I do like to turn the drill on and then season the very edge of that sanding band. That way I am not cutting myself when filing. I have done this before, I've cut myself before without seasoning the file and it really hurts. And I try to make sure to do that when I'm doing my own nails or when I'm doing anyone else's nails. I make sure to season the top of that sanding band, that way I do not cut anyone. And I've also recently learned that you can season your carbide bits or anything like that. I did see a video on Instagram from Young Nails. I can't remember exactly who it was, but she seasoned the free edge, not the free edge, the top part of, I think it was a tapered bit, and she said that it does not cut anyone if you do that. So I will be trying that out in a new video once I get a new 5-in-1 tapered drill bit. So getting back to the video, I'm just taking my hand file now and shaping up the sidewalls just to make sure everything is nicely crisp. And then I am also getting underneath the nail to get any acrylic that might have spilled over when doing the application. And then here I am filing the free edge. I did try to leave the entire portion of me filing all the nails of the free edge in camera for you guys, so that way you guys can see how I do it. And then lastly, I'm just taking this buffer here and buffing over the entire surface of the nail. We will be doing tons of nail art, so I do want to make sure our surface is nice and smooth for that nail art. Now that we have all the nails shaped and filed, I am just taking this brush and some alcohol and wiping away all the excess dust, making sure to get around the cuticle area and underneath because that's where the dust really kind of piles up. And this is what everything looks like once everything is nice and clean. Just like I said, look how beautiful this cover powder is. Go ahead and check it out if you are interested. So as you can see, we do have lots of products we will be using for today's nail art. So I am using these smaller pink flowers along with the gold caviar beads in it. Some blooming gel from BombNailz, this rose gold chrome powder. I will also be using the classic black gel polish from Kraus Nail Supply. This cute blush color from Brilliant Noir, but I am mixing it with our classic white gel polish, which I am showing you here. I will also be using the solid nail glue gel from 𝐵𝑒𝑑𝑖𝑐𝑎 to do some 3D flowers. I did pull out this rhinestone glue from BombNailz, but I did not even use it at all. I did use the McCart rhinestone glue, and then we did have some classic gel top coat. So that was kind of going a little bit fast, but I did mix the pink and the white off camera to get a very beautiful light pink color. And now I'm just taking my 20mm liner brush and doing a French tip on the index finger. I don't know why, but lately I've been struggling so hard to do French tips. I think it's just because I don't do nails as often as I used to, so I kind of not really forgot how to do it, but I'm just not as good at it no more. So here doing it actually turned out pretty decent. I was actually really happy with how it turned out. So what I did was I just outlined my smile line just about how far I wanted it to be, and then I infilled the sidewalls with that same gel polish and that liner brush. And then here I'm just wiping down the sidewalls to make sure everything is nice and straight still, and then curing that in the light for 30 seconds. Now for this next portion, I am applying this blooming gel onto my pinky nail, and I will be taking that same liner brush and the classic white gel polish and doing the crocodile print on this nail. I am also recreating a set, so I will pop it up right here. That way you guys can kind of see what I am going for today's nail set. But once I am done doing this nail art on the pinky nail, I do wipe the sidewalls once more, and then I do cure for 30 seconds, and then I do the same exact thing on my thumbnail. So for this next portion, I'm taking the Model 1's matte gel top coat and applying that mainly on the French tip nail, like on the French tip area of this nail. So that way when I go in with the chrome, it doesn't stick to that gel polish that we laid down previously. And I did go ahead and cure that for only 30 seconds. And now I'm just taking a dotting tool and that black gel polish and creating like a 4-pointed star. And then I am doing some other lines kind of coming out in between those, if that makes sense. And once I am done creating the star, I do cure in the light for 30 seconds and then go in with that rose gold chrome powder. I know in the reference photo it does have a gold chrome powder, but I just don't have one for some reason. I have like a bunch of colors, but for some reason I do not have gold. So that is why I did rose gold, and it kind of takes away from the design, if that makes sense. Not really takes away, but it just doesn't show as cute as the reference photo. So I would recommend just doing a different color, if that makes sense. But again, it's up to you, like personal preference on what color you want to do. I just really been wanting to use rose gold, so I used it for today's set, and I just wish I had the actual gold chrome powder. So after I applied the rose gold chrome powder to that star, I did off camera apply that McCart rhinestone glue to kind of like the upper right corner of this nail. And then I did go ahead and place some of those pink flowers onto that area. And now I'm just taking that same McCart rhinestone like nail glue. I don't really know exactly what this one is, but like the brush nail glue, I guess. And kind of doing like a wavy design along those flowers, curing that for 30 seconds in the nail lamp, and then applying that rose gold chrome powder to that. This nail design is kind of all over the place, so I highly apologize for that. I am trying my best to keep up with myself doing this voiceover and kind of explaining what I am doing for today's nail set. So right here I am using that like the 3D, no, I don't really know, not the 3D rhinestone, but like the solid nail glue gel from Betty Carl. That's what I am using, and I am dipping my fingers into some clear acrylic powder, that way it does not stick to my fingers, because for some reason this one is just so sticky and I cannot do any type of 3D designs with it unless I dip my fingers into like clear acrylic and then roll it out like this. So after doing that, I am just taking the silicone tool and kind of like cutting out sections, at least 5, so that way I have 5 petals for that flower. And then once I get them nicely formed and placed on the nail, I will go ahead and start shaping out the like petal design with that silicone tool. Once I have all of the petals shaped out how I would like them to be, I do cure in the nail lamp for 60 seconds just to make sure everything is nicely cured and it doesn't move when we move on to the next step. So I know it probably looks a bit weird, like the flower, but it's because I put some like the little lines in the center, and then I put some matte top coat on because I do have to apply some chrome powder to the edges, and I did not want that to stick to that solid glue gel, so it does look a little bit weird. And now I'm just taking my classic black gel polish and outlining the flower, and I realized like honestly just now when doing this voiceover that I should have had the like lines of the black part go in a bit further just to kind of distinguish the actual like petal, if that makes sense, kind of like in the reference photo, but I just didn't do that in the moment. So yeah, I would just highly recommend kind of putting the black gel polish part further in on the petals, if that makes sense. But once I am done outlining the flower, I do go ahead and cure for 30 seconds in the nail lamp and adhere that rose gold chrome powder to that area as well. And then lastly, just to finish up the nail art, I am applying that McCart rhinestone glue to the center of the flower and adhering some of those gold caviar beads to the center of that. And then once those are adhered, I do cure in the light for a full 60 seconds just to make sure everything is nicely cured from all of the nail art. And then I will be moving on to top coating these nails. Now that we have all of the nail art completely finished, this is what the nail set is looking like. So I am taking my classic diamond gel top coat and applying that to all of the nails. And once I do have that nicely applied, I do like to wipe down the sidewalls just to make sure we keep that shape still nicely crisp. And then I do also take a cleanup brush to kind of clean up any top coat that I did get on my skin before curing in the nail lamp. And when I am curing my nails, I do cure them for a full 60 seconds after I am done top coating all of my nails. Now to finish up the nail set, I will be applying some peach scent cuticle oil from Kairos Nail Supply, and this just helps nourish the nails and just makes your whole entire set just complete. But that is pretty much the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!